Okay, so I'm going to turn these into components. Easiest way to do it, go to each one, right click and say create a component from the body, and it turns it from being just a little kind of model into being an actual component. So you see it's moved it down the bottom here. I'm going to do that with all of them. Create a component from each of those and they now become something different. And we can do more things to components than we can with the bodies. So I'm going to now use something called assemble to put these things together. So I'm going to start off, I'm going to put this one on top of this one first, the screw thread. So I'm going to basically go for my assemble, I'm going to go for my joint, and it wants two components. Usually it wants to put one on top of the other, so I'm going to choose this one and I'm going to choose the actual thready bit. So choose that, that's component one. Now I'm going to come back over to here and choose that as component 2, and you can see it locates one on top of the other. Let's pull that down so you can see it. So that's directly on top of it now. Now I can decide how far down that goes, if I want it there so it's like together, or if I want to leave it halfway assembled. I'm going to put it all the way down for now like this and say OK. And you'll notice there's a funny little picture which is a joint symbol. And now over here I've got something called joints. When I open that up, at the moment there's only one joint in there, which is this one, and if I click on it, it turns that little symbol off, but the joint is still there. I want that there so I can come back and change it at any point. You'll see now down the bottom on my history line down here I've got lots more things on there. Okay, these were where I made my components, this is where I've just done my joint, that's where my screw threads were, and so on. So at any point, if I wanted to, I could come back and edit them. So if I decided that screw thread was wrong, I could come back here, right click on it, edit the feature, and I could change the sizes. So if my screw thread should have been 8mm long instead of 7mm long, I can just change that and it will change it in the picture. I'm not going to do that for now, I'm going to stay where I am. Okay, so next I'm going to put my button inside my collar. So same thing, I'm going to go and choose my assemble a joint. This time I want to pick this part, and I'm going to come over here and choose this part, and that will line them up. Now again, it's up to me how much I want it in or how much I want it out, so I might pull it down a little bit like that. And the next thing I'm going to want to do is I want to put the tube inside that. Now I did this in this order because if I joined the two together and then moved them, it would leave one behind. So this one's in its position now, I need to move this one. It's really difficult because I can't see because the bottle's in the way. So if I come to the bottle light bulb and turn it off, it's still there, but I can't see it anymore. So now I want to be able to push this. In fact, if I turn my collar off as well, that'll make life even easier. I'm going to put my joint into there. So I'm going to again go for my assembly. I'm going to assemble this part, assemble joint over here, and I'm going to come to the underside of here, zoom in so I can see it, choose that, and there we go, the two join together. Let's bring it back again. I might push this up a little ways, 5mm will do, so it's 5mm inside that hole. Click OK. Now if I come back and switch my light bulbs back on again, now I've got my switch, my button inside my collar and my tube inside there. Can't see any of it yet because of the materials it's made from. And finally I want to be able to locate the top either on it or above it. So I'm going to do a final joint. I'm going to choose the bottom of my lid onto the top of this area. Okay, and for the time being, just to show what this is going to look like, I'm going to just lift that up above it. So that's going to go down on top of it, but it's going to leave it hovering like that for now, and click OK. So you can see I've got all these different joints down here. I can go back at any point and I can edit them, but what I want to do next is have a look at how we can actually put some colour and stuff on to make this look tidy.